Friends, today we are going to see some more interesting and important questions from previous year questions, small concept. Come on, let us discuss the first question and the reaction to aluminium, that is 2Al plus 6HCl, it gives 2Al3 plus 6HCl minus plus 3H2 gas. Now, in that option, which is the correct statement they are asking, now here 6 liter of HCl is consumed for every 3 liter of hydrogen is produced, that is gas. Now, option B, 33.6 liter of hydrogen is produced regardless of temperature and pressure for every mole of aluminium that reacts. Option C, 67.2 liter of hydrogen at STP is produced for every mole of aluminium that reacts. And the last option, 11.2 liter of hydrogen at STP is produced for every mole HCl aqueous is consumed. In that, as we observe that equation, solid, aqueous, and here gas, here according to this statement also, it tells us one important point, ideal gas equation. What is it, ideal gas equation? Ideal ideal gas equation, what it is? PV equal to nRT. So pressure and temperature, it's very very important to note down for this. Right. Now here temperature and 6 liter of HCl is consumed for every 3 liter of hydrogen is produced. Now 6 HCl and here 3 H2. It has mentioned what it is, stoichiometric balancing equation only, but they did not mention anything like according to the temperature and pressure, it is very very important to note down. So here they did not mention any temperature and pressure, so this point which will not be applicable for the calculation. This is same here, 6HCl and 3H2. Right. Now the next option. So next option, what it is, 33.6 liter of hydrogen is produced regardless of temperature and pressure for every mole of aluminium that reacts. Here also you see 2 mole of aluminium can produce 3 moles of hydrogen gas. They are asking about that gas. They have given the volume. Here it is a gas. Okay, gas means we can go for 22.4 liter, right? But solid, how is it possible? Here, regardless of temperature and pressure, they did not mention any specific volume. So we cannot bring it. Suppose aluminium is there, in that way, if we are bringing also one, what it is, 2 moles of aluminium, 2 moles of aluminium can produce 3 moles of hydrogen gas. Therefore, every mole, no, 1 mole of aluminium, 1 mole of aluminium can produce 3 by 2, that is 1.5 mole of hydrogen gas only, right? Here volume they have bring it, so here they did not mention any specific volume. Here aluminium, it is actually a gas, solid state. Hydrogen, it is a gaseous state, so we cannot bring that exact answer over here. So this answer also will not be applicable. And 67.2 liter of hydrogen at STP is produced for every mole aluminium that reacts. The same idea only, but this also what it is. Here what it is, it has mentioned STP, they are mentioning, yes, here at least regardless of temperature and pressure, but here they have brought it. But 67, that means here suppose we are bringing STP also at volume, what it is, at STP we can bring it STP, at STP volume. How do we bring it here? 22.4 liter, right? So 22.4 liter into 1.5 mole of H2 according to Avogadro's law. Volume, it is equivalent to that stoichiometric coefficient, right? If we are bringing in that way also 1.5, so every mole, here also every mole, that is what I just bring that answer. So 22.4 liter into 1.5 mole of hydrogen gas. So how much you are getting? 33.6. liter of what it is? Hydrogen gas. This only answer, but how come it is 67? Suppose if it is 2 moles they are mentioning, means 2 into 1.5, you are getting what it is? 67.2, you may get it, right? But actually what it is not applicable. Why? Every mole it has mentioned. See, as you are reading only, you will come to know the best idea to find the answer. So this option also wrong. Now we are coming to that last option. What is that last option? Now this is the first option and this is the second option, B option, and this is the C option and the D option. D option, and change the color. So here what it is, 11.2 liter of hydrogen at STP is produced for every mole of HCl. Now see the question here, 6 mole of HCl. So 6 mole of HCl can produce what it is, 3 moles of hydrogen, 3 moles of hydrogen gas. Therefore, here what they are giving, 1 mole of, here every mole, no, so 1 mole of hydrogen. So 1 mole of hydrogen, that means HCl, hydrogen chloride, HCl, it gives, it is aqueous only, no, so that it gives what it is, so 3 by 2, what it is like what unitary method only, right? So here you will get 1 by 2, 1 by 2 means 0.5 mole. Can we bring it in that way? Mole of hydrogen gas produced. Okay, now at STP, so at STP, volume, how much you will get? 22.4 liter, it is a common, into 0.5 mole of hydrogen gas, 22.4 liter of HCl, right? Volume. So you will get what it is, you will get 11.2 liter of hydrogen gas produced. Yes, option D is the correct option. 11.2 liter of hydrogen gas. So option D is the correct option. I hope you got the clarity. Now, actually speaking, here as you are going according to STP, like temperature and pressure, suppose if they are not mentioning regardless, regardless, okay, so option B it's correct only, but regardless of temperature and pressure, specific volume they did not mention, so it will not be the correct option, though the answer it is correct, right? I hope you got the clarity about this point. So which is the correct option? Option D is the correct option. Okay, come on, let's go to the next question. The next question, it's very simple. Evergreen question. Whenever you go to laboratory, titration method, Viva question will be in this point only. See here, amount of oxalic acid present in a solution can be determined by its titration with KMnO4 solution in the presence of H2SO4. The titration gives unsatisfactory result when carried out in the presence of HCl because HCl is dash. Now here, titration whenever you're going, this is KMnO4 versus oxalic acid. I think you have done this during practical time. This is the first one, and FA is what it is, whereas ammonium sulfate, that is the second one. So always first one what it is, there will be all there, actually they will not give for the exam, but the viva question will be here only, right? Okay, come on, let's find that. Why can't we use that HCl? Why do they use H2SO4? That is the question. Because HCl also H plus ions is there, and H2SO4 also H plus ion is available. Now HCl, why? What is that partiality for HCl? H2SO4, why they are? Because it is a king of acid? No, not that way. Come on, let us discuss. See here, K104 options have given. I will read that later. Now, what is that exact idea? You just note down, because Viva question is there. No, so that means in that way also you can bring it. So 2 KMnO4 plus 16 HCl, it gives, I just balance that equation only. So MnCl2 plus 2 KCl plus 8 H2O plus 5 Cl2. Now, in that, here I just mentioned 2 MnCl2 according to balancing equation. Now, in that main points, I would like to bring it to you, because during examination time, viva question will be like that. Why we are using H2SO4? Why can't we use HCl? Suppose if you are using HCl, in that Cl minus ion acts as a strong reducing agent. Of course, MnO4 minus, it's a strong oxidizing agent, and this is strong reducing agent. In that KMnO4 versus oxalic acid, no, oxalic acid, it is a reducing agent. So MnO4 oxidizing agent, oxalic acid reducing agent. Suppose you are using HCl, means Cl minus ion also acts as a strong reducing agent. So what happened? Actually, we have to find out the strength of oxalic acid, because this is a known solution, this is unknown solution. From known to unknown only we have to identify, but oxalic acid we cannot find that exactly the strength of the solution. Why? Because both are acts as a strong reducing agent. So what happened? The strong reducing agent will react with MnO4 minus ion, and it will reduces to permanganate Mn2 plus ion. So what happened? It's a KMnO4, it's a self indicator. Now when you are adding Cl minus ion, it will become a colorless, then you cannot find the end point. That is one point. And second point, you cannot identify the strength of oxalic acid. That means you will get that unsatisfactory result, that proper point, proper result you will not get. That is the second point. And the third point, what it is? H2SO4. Why do we use SO4 2 minus ion? Do not acts as a reducing agent. That is the main point. Cl minus ion acts as a reducing agent. SO4 2 minus ion do not acts as a reducing agent. So in that H2SO4, if you are using one oxidizing agent, one reducing agent, that's all, you will get the proper beautiful result. You will be getting end point, oxalic acid strength you will be getting. I hope you got the clarity why we are using H2SO4. Why can't we use HCl? If we are using HCl, means what are the what it is defect you will be finding. I hope you got the clarity. This is the way you will answer to that viva person, that means examiner. Definitely you will get the best points you will get, right? I hope you got the clarity. Now, which is the correct option? The option is, it reduces Cl minus ion, reduces permanganate to Mn2 plus, right? That is the correct option. And even unsatisfactory result, that is also fine. Suppose if they are bringing, and the third one, SO4 2 minus ion do not act as a reducing agent, whereas Cl minus ion strong reducing agent, that is also you can bring. I hope you got the clarity about this question. Come on, let's go to the next question. To molar solution of methyl alcohol, that is CH3OH, is supplied. What is the mole fraction of methyl alcohol in the solution? See, for mole fraction, how to identify? So mole fraction, it is actually chi A. It is a component A. Chi, it is a mole fraction symbol. So chi A equal to number of moles of A divided by number of moles of A plus number of moles of B. So number of moles of B, right? So this is the component A. So two component will be there. One it is methyl alcohol, the other one it is water molecule, right? Solution, no. So in that way. So chi A. Now chi B also we have to identify. So chi B equal to 1 minus chi A. Why do we go for that 1 minus chi A? Because both the answer, if you calculate, both the answer will be 1 only. So one answer, that is chi A, if you find chi B 1 minus chi A, so you will get the answer for chi B, right? Come on, that is mole fraction formula. Now for this, how to identify? Come on, let us find the answer. So number of moles of methyl alcohol here, molar aqueous solution of methyl alcohol they mention, no? So here number of moles of methyl alcohol, CH3OH, it is actually 5.2, right? Now mole it has mentioned, right? Molar solution. Now that means here mole I just mentioned, right? Now here number of moles of number of moles of water, right? Water, how to identify? Here 1 liter, no, molar solution usually 1 liter only. So 1 liter means 1000 ml, 1000 ml divided by molecular mass. Number of moles equal to given mass by molecular mass. No, given mass, what it is in that volume of solution, it is actually 1000 ml divided by, they did not mention any volume, so we can take it for standard 1000 ml divided by 18. 18, it is a molecular mass of water. So you will get what it is, 55.5 moles. Right. Okay. Now we have to identify the mole fraction according to this formula. So what is the formula here? Chi A. Chi A means methyl alcohol. We can keep it. So chi CH3OH. One by one we can go for it. So here first one, what it is? Na. No. Na, it is what it is. Chi A. That means the number of moles of A. So here what it is? 5.2 divided by 55, 5.2 plus 55.5. So you will get what it is, 5.2 divided by, here what it is, 60.7, right? We can go for it. 60.7. Make it as a whole number. So 520, like 607, 607. Yeah. So if you are going for it, 520 divided by 607. So if you calculate it, sixth table only you say, zero point 0, because digits are coming, right? So 6 ones are 6, 6 eights are 48, right? So this is 6 eights are 48. 48 means 4 is remaining, no? So 4 means 6, 6 6 are 36, 6 6 are 36, no? So 0.086, 0.086. Yes, got it. 6 0 point C. Option C is the correct option. Now this is for what it is, methyl alcohol. Now what about water, H2O chi B, that is chi H2O equal to, actually they are not asking only methyl alcohol, they are asking. So 1 minus 0.086. So what is the answer? I hope you will get the answer. Come on. Now which is the correct option? They are asking that question. According to that we will go. So which is the correct option? Option C is the correct option. I hope you got the clarity about all these points. Come on, let's go to the next question. This hydrocarbon gives upon combustion 0.72 gram of water and 3.08 gram of carbon dioxide. The empirical formula of hydrocarbon. Usually hydrocarbon, when it go for combustion, water and carbon dioxide, it releases, that is the product. So from product gram, we have to identify the empirical formula, and then from that we can identify what it is, hydrocarbon formula. Right, now come on, let's go for that, how to identify. Now carbon dioxide and water, carbon dioxide, how much they have given, 0.72 gram of water and 3.08 gram of carbon dioxide. So first and foremost we have to go for number of moles to identify. So here number of moles, how to identify? Number of moles equal to given mass by molecular mass, right? So number of moles of carbon dioxide. Here number of moles of water. So right, so number of moles of carbon dioxide, how much? Here it is 3.08 gram divided by molecular mass of carbon dioxide, it is 44, right? And the same way here number of moles of water, here what it is, 0.72 gram of water divided by molecular mass of water, how much? It is 18. Come on, let us calculate. Here 44 it is there, no? Here it is at 3.08. Make it as a whole number. So 4 ones are, like if you go for 4 ones are for 4 7 0 point, you will get no 0 0.0. So 4 sevens are 28, right? So 4 sevens are 28, no? 0.4 7 into 44, you will get the answer, right? Come on, got it. Right, now the second one here, what it is, here 18 ones are 8, so we make it as a whole number, so that means 0 0.0. Here 4 8 8 18s are 72, 8 18s are 72, right? Now if you want, you can calculate and check it. Yeah, right, got it. Now that so here what is the combination you are getting, so that ratio, so water molecule and number of moles of water and number of moles of carbon dioxide, so number of moles CO2 is to H2O. So how much you are getting, CO2 and H2O, CO2 it is 0.07 is to water molecule 0.08. Now which is the smallest number, simplest whole number ratio we have to go for it. So carbon dioxide, it is 0.07 divided by simplest whole number ratio among this, which is that very lowest number, lowest ratio, so that means 0.07. So you will get 1, carbon dioxide it is 1, that means the carbon it is 1, like let us check it in that way, because we are going to follow hydrocarbon, right? So carbon this much, and higher water molecule, so water molecule here what it is, 0.08 divided by 0.07, so you will get what it is, 7 ones are 7, yeah, 1 point, make it as a whole number. So 7, again 1 only you will be getting. Then what it is, 4 30 28 4 4, so you will get 1 point, this is hydrogen, so 1.14. So here 1 is to 1.14, 1.14 you will be getting. Okay, now this is actually fraction. Now we want whole number ratio. So to get whole number, how to go for it? Multiply with that 7. So multiply with that 7. So to get to get whole number, whole number, multiply with 7. If you go for LCM also, no problem. Okay, just I have told directly. So 1 enters 7, here you will get 7. So carbon it is 7, and hydrogen what it is, 1.1 1 point, sorry, here 1.14 into 7. So how much you will be getting? You will get around 7.98 now. So you will get altogether 8, right? So directly you would have identified 7 and 8, but here still we want whole number, no, so that is what. So this is hydrogen. Hydrogen it is 8, carbon it is 7. So altogether what is the answer you will bring? The empirical formula. The empirical formula, empirical empirical formula, C7H8. So C7H8 is the correct option. I hope you got the clarity how to identify. Come on, what is the option which is the correct option? Come on, let us find. I hope you got the clarity how to go for it. C7H8. Yes, answer is blinking here only. The answer is here only right now. What is that? Option D is the correct option. C7H8. You know how to identify. I hope you got the clarity. Suppose such kind of question comes, means directly you go for number of moles, then you will get that ratio. There only you can identify assumption, like assume that this is might be the answer. So for this you are checking all this, right? I hope you got the clarity, because within a minute you have to find the answer. So yeah, come on, let's go to the next question. Question: ratio of masses of oxygen and nitrogen in a particular gaseous mixture is 1 is to 4. The ratio of number of their molecules. It is actually, we have to identify which is the correct option. So here actually 1 is to 4 they have given. Now which is the correct option? For that we have to identify. Two steps are available. One, we have to identify that oxygen and nitrogen molecular mass, and then we have to find out the ratio of both. So molecular mass of oxygen and nitrogen you know very well. So molecule of O2, how much it is? 32, right? 32 gram per mole, right? And the same way nitrogen N2 it is 28 gram per mole, right? Okay, now next one here, ratio of the term, what it is, mass of oxygen and mass of nitrogen. Mass of oxygen, O2, divided by mass of nitrogen, N2. So how much they have provided here? They have provided what it is, 1 is to 4. So 1 is to 4, that we are bringing here 1 divided by 4. So 1 divided by 4, no? So here ratio of the number of moles we have to identify. So because they have given in the ratio, no? So ratio of the number of moles equal to mass of oxygen divided by 32, right? Why mass of oxygen? Mass, how much we are having, that is 1, divided by mass of oxygen, that is molecule, right? Divided by mass of nitrogen, right? Mass of nitrogen, that is given 4, no? Divided by how much? Here 28. Now how do we write it here? So here what it is? O2 by N2 into 28 divided by 32. We can write it in this way, no? When we are writing this thing. So O2 divided by N2 into 28 will go up. 28 divided by 32. So O2 is what it is? O2 is 1 divided by N2, it is 4. 1 by 4. Why do we bring it 1 by 4 here? Ratio, no. That is what I just bring it here. So I hope you got the clarity. 1 by 4. Mass of oxygen by mass of nitrogen. No, they have given that ratio 1 is to 4. That is what I just bring it here. 1 by 4 into 28 divided by 32. Now come on. 4 ones are 4. 4 sevens are 28. 4 sevens are 28, no? So you will get what it is, 7 by 32. So 7 by 32 means what it is? 7 is to 32, we can we bring it? 7 is to 32, right? 7 is to 32. Now come on, let us check the answer, whether this answer it is correct or not. Yes, option D is telling that I am here. Option D, 7 is to 32. Yes, here it is the answer. Now, you know how do we identify? First and foremost, ratio they have given. No, for what is the particular molecule? Oxygen and nitrogen, they have given. So, mass of oxygen and nitrogen, we know very well. So, mass of oxygen by mass of nitrogen, that is what they have given the mixture 1 is to 4 ratio. Now, we have to identify what they have given. According to that, what is the molecular mass we have just combined and we find out. So that is 1 by 4 into molecular mass of nitrogen by oxygen, that is interpolate. Okay, so you are getting the answer. So 7 is to 32, right? I hope you got the clarity. Come on, let's go to the next question. Yes,